Yo, yo, it's a fairy. You've been asking for them. The 150 foamers are here. Smooth bevel and the foamer. Well, smooth blade and the foamer, which is super foamy. Stay tuned. I'm going to go over this thing real quick, talk about some of the modifications Mike at Magnus to work on, a little more FOC, and some other features that you might hang on. Righty then. This will be a pretty efficient video because the 125 and 100 grain Magnus Black Hornets are well established in the market and they are killers. I have said this on podcasts and I've said this on numerous videos. When Mike first sent me that thing about, I don't know how many years ago, I looked at it and said, it's short, it's blunt, the bleeder blades are kind of crazy. I don't like it. And then I started shooting stuff with it. And I can't explain it. So you can hate on stuff and you can look at it and say, I don't know if that's going to work, bro. Except it causes foam. This thing is totally nasty. These are the 150 grain versions, and there's a few changes. The blades are the same. The bleeder blades are the same. The change we've made, or that Mike made and the team at Magnus, is the ferrule is steel. So I think I might flip the camera around. I don't know if you can see that. I think I will. So hang on, it's going to get clunky. I'm sorry, but you should be used to me by now. All right, switch camera around. You can see the difference in the metal right here. Right there, the block that holds the bleeder blades in goes from here to there. That is still aluminum. Okay, the rest of the ferrule is steel. Got a screw, it's got the same stuff it's always had. It's the same head. If you're wondering if that's rust, and we're going to cover that in just a second, that is not. There's some packaging material that keeps getting hung up in the blades, but I don't know what that stuff is. Weird. Okay, it's gone. So anyway, you can see that the block there is aluminum, and that was the easiest way for us to hit weight. The blades are the same, but to hit weight, we had to drop an aluminum block in there, or Mike and his team did. But the rest of the ferrule is steel, which a lot of people have requested as opposed to aluminum. I don't see this as being a weak point. The aluminum ferrule on the original foamers and on the Black Hornets and the 125 grains have not been a catastrophic failure point there. I mean, you hit rocks and, shoot trees and bounce it off of things. That's hard on every broadhead on earth. But we haven't seen any kind of a structural integrity issue with the ferrules when they were aluminum. And so they just bumped it up to steel, which should be a little stiffer. Again, there's a block of aluminum in here. Now, one of the things that you have to be clear on with the foamer, which is what I call the buzz cut version or the Sarah Razor version in the Black Hornet, and it's the buzz cut in the Stinger. This is not a serration. This is an interruption. One of my friends, Blake Davis, put it that way, and he's correct. So you see that it's flat in between the blades. This is a sharpened edge. When you sharpen the blade or strop across, this is a flat, sharpened edge. It's sharpened in the view, or these interruptions, okay? This broadhead with the interruptions does not cause any penetration issues. I've shot a lot of stuff with them. If you're worried about it, just get the smooth blade version. That's fine. But there's a lot of misunderstandings about this. When I originally talked to Mike Sam about why he did this, he said he was trying to make the blade longer. And he did that because the, curves are longer than flat. Got it? But what I said is, what I see is soft tissue damage. Probably better on the exterior of the animal, a little grippy on the skin. I haven't seen the holes to be any different between the two broadhead styles when I've shot animals with them and tested with them. However, the opportunity for this to have soft tissue get in here and nick and pop and make little extra incisions in there is very real. You can hear that going across a needle, right? So the little, very mobile tissues and arteries and veins and stuff that want to move out of the way. And where this happens is every broadhead has this weakness. If you hit let's say you hit a rib or a hard edge of a scapula and this part of the blade gets blunted to here, you've only got that much left that's razor sharp, right? Because any broadhead that can happen to. You just don't know what's going to happen. If it happens with the foamer version, my favorite, and it gets damaged back to here, you still have these extra parts popping along. And once again, like I said, it's sharp. Every flat is sharp on top when you sharpen it because it is on the same plane as the main blade. So I really like that feature for the internal damage piece. All right, on to the steel ferrule care. Hey, don't get old. You'll need these. I have what's called old eyes, so you can't read anymore. You have to have readers. It's not dignified. All right, so there's been a lot of rabbling and ribble-rabble, and I'm sure the message boards have been full of, oh my God, that aluminum ferrule, I'm concerned about that. Okay, well, so put a steel ferrule in this thing, and you're going to have to be a damned adult if you're going to mess around with steel. The reason why a lot of broadhead companies use ferrule materials outside of steel is because it rusts. Okay, so you'll want a steel ferrule and you cry like a baby, then you get a steel ferrule and it rusts a little bit, and then you start crying that it rusts because it's steel. So you might want to put a little oil on the ferrule. It's not going to hurt the deer if it's a little rusty and it shoots them. That's going to be fine. The blades are stainless. They're not going to dull. They're not going to rust. But the actual ferrule is actually steel, and you might want to put just a tad bit of oil of some type on the ferrules. And then I'm going to hear one from the scent control guys. I want somebody in the comment section to put this up just to be a smart aleck. Oh my God, I'm going to put oil on my goddamn broadhead. The deer are going to smell it. Listen, you don't smell good, bro, and you're exhaling a lot. Just letting you know that. And you're also a biological being emitting gases and using gases all the time. So if you think you don't stink more than just a little bit of oil on here to keep you from crying on the message boards that you have a little rust on your steel ferrule, which you asked for, I can't help you people. We gave you the durability. It's 150 grains, gained some forward to center, great price point, excellent company, great warranty, foamer, straight edge, whichever one you want, easy to resharpen. You can buy replaceable blades, one screw, pull it out, pop them apart. And the only other thing that I have experienced with a lot of replaceable blade broadheads, I messed around with Magnus and a bunch of other ones, is when I took them apart, let's say you're taking it apart to sharpen the blade, I would mark the side of the blade that started. It seemed to help get them straight. Theoretically, that shouldn't be a thing. But it seemed to me that if I just took a Sharpie and marked like right back here, okay, and then I knew that I would put this blade back in exactly the same position, it seemed on more than one model of broadhead with replaceable blades that helped them true up a little better than just guessing and throwing them back in. So that is the 150 grain Black Hornet foamer, straight blade, whichever one you want to shoot, whatever makes you happy. They're going to be out very soon. They'll be in the shops. They're already up on the website. They've been up for almost a month on the Magnus website by the time you see this. We're going to try to shoot some stuff with this thing. Got a lot of people who want me to shoot stuff with the broadheads this year. I guess I can figure that out. So go get you some Hornets in the 150 grain version and create some foamy blood trails and short blood trails. See ya. All right, finally got one today. .646. That'll work. Red eye shad, that fish is probably, I don't know, 23 or 24 inches long. Big old head on him.